Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. I had to check and see if that was my name. We've got some World Cup stuff. Honestly, America lost quite soundly. Uh, we gave it our best shot. Yeah, I thought this year might have been a year where we at least made it to the next round, but apparently not. But I guess we survived one knockout round. I honestly thought Brazil originally was going to win it, and then they lost to Norway. And then I was like, hey, Norway's going to win it. And then they didn't. So I guess England bet against me because I don't have any idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, Europeans lied to about America. Now nobody wants to leave. Do they not want to leave? All right, I think they want to go back home. Anyway, this is Europeans React America. That's the channel. Go subscribe. I'll put the link in the description. Just to let you know, I'm not the most jingoistic guy in the world. I was in the military. That's about as patriotic as I get. There's a lot of things in this country that could be fixed, but for the most part, I would say that it's pretty nice here. I understand why you wouldn't want to go back to Europe, though. It's not looking too good. The future of Europe is not looking very bright. Especially because they switched to wind turbines. It's not going to be very bright at all. Anyway, go. Sorry.
America, you deserve and are owed an apology.
Oh, not on
and
my
I'm
account.
say sorry
No, that's fine.
On behalf of all the countries
No,
outside
you
America
don't. No.
and their media
Maybe a little.
and the narrative they paint about America.
That's
We
okay.
owe apologies to America.
Oh,
because
you.
their football stadiums are so much better than ours.
That's true.
This is
I never went to, when I was in Europe, I never went to a soccer game. But the people that did go to soccer games, the Americans that did, said it was a lot of fun, especially in Greece. A lot of drinking, a lot of raki. Not so much ouzo.
it's the Dallas Stadium, and it's absolutely incredible. England's just beating Croatia.
What if Europe was wrong about America all along?
I don't know.
What if the country they were told to fear became the place they couldn't bear to leave?
Huh?
During World Cup 2026, thousands arrived expecting chaos, coldness, and disappointment.
Coldness.
Instead, they found kindness, freedom, food, laughter, and strangers
You
who
will
felt
find
like home.
you will find food.
And now the hardest question is not why.
I will say that the food when I was in Europe, I mean, I went to Greece and Italy and stuff, so I got like really good food. But to be fair, I've yet to find a good gyro since I've been to the U.S. I've had adequate gyros, but not a good one.
They came to America, but why going back feels so painful. America feels unreal. For many Europeans arriving in America during the 2026 World Cup, the first surprise was not the stadium, the skyline, or even the size of the soda cup sitting in front of them, like it had its own zip code. The real surprise was the feeling that the country they had been warned about did not match the country standing right in front of them.
That's true. It was weird. I saw a bunch of videos of people traveling to the U.S. saying they were scared to go through customs and stuff, and they thought they were going to get arrested. And it's like, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. It's like, are you coming from the southern border? Then I think you're fine.
We owe America a huge apology because America is nothing like what the media
You
tells
don't
us.
got to suck my dick.
America, you've given me one of the greatest moments in my life. This is the best World Cup of all time.
I've got to say, collectively, we owe the USA an apology. And when I say we, I mean the entire world.
All of
Guys,
it.
I think we owe you a big apology
Apologize.
because what we think America
Apologize.
is exactly not what it's like.
Back home, America is often introduced through its worst moments. Turn on the news in London, Paris, Berlin, Amsterdam, or Copenhagen. And the United States is usually shown through arguments, crime footage, political shelling,
Yeah, political.
or some dramatic headline that makes the whole
The political stuff has gotten old, honestly. I can't stand it anymore. It's like, let's just move on, huh? Let's all be people.
country look like
Is that
one
cool?
giant emergency room with a flag outside. After a while, people start thinking they already understand America before they have ever smelled barbecue smoke outside a stadium or heard a stranger in Texas call them buddy after
Hey,
knowing
buddy.
them for 12 seconds. Then they actually arrive. Suddenly, Boston does not feel like a cold headline. It feels like a city full of people asking where you are from, which team you support, and whether you have eaten yet.
Yeah.
Dallas does not feel like a distant stereotype. It feels like open roads, big skies, and someone insisting you cannot leave town without trying proper brisket. Atlanta feels warm in more ways than one, Miami feels like the whole world has learned how to dance on the same sidewalk. And New York,
Yeah.
even with all its noise, still has that strange American habit of making a visitor feel like the main character for a few minutes.
I never had any like inclination to go to New York. The furthest east I've been is Chicago, and Chicago's a nice town. And I mean, don't go to the South Side. Honestly, the South Side wasn't even good back then. So, I mean, I don't know what everybody's complaining about. But Chicago's a nice town. In New York, I guess I have to go there one day. But
That is where the first emotional turn begins. Many Europeans did not arrive expecting perfection. They arrived expecting tension. They expected people to be distant, suspicious, maybe even rude. Instead, they found Americans smiling, joking, giving directions,
yeah.
offering restaurant tips, asking about accents, and treating World Cup visitors like guests at the biggest neighborhood cookout on Earth.
American hospitality is on another level to the UK. In the UK, when you want to get served by someone in a shop or a restaurant,
This is what I love about Americans. You are
Yeah.
just so friendly, just so friendly.
right,
I mean,
calm
I'm
down.
Sure you can get your.
This is not what's happening in America. But then you go there and it is the chillest place in the world. Everybody's super friendly, and that doesn't penetrate the European media.
For an
Yeah.
American, this may sound ordinary. For a visitor from a place where strangers usually respect each other by staying politely separate, it can feel almost unbelievable. In Paris, a random conversation on the metro might make people check their pockets. In Berlin, public friendliness often arrives with paperwork and an appointment.
yeah.
In London, eye contact on the tube can feel like a social experiment nobody agreed to join. Then America walks in
To be fair, if you're on public transportation in America, please don't look at other people. They will stab you. Thank
wearing
you.
sneakers, holding a tray of wings, and says, "You guys need anything?" That's
They won't shoot you because they can't afford a gun because they're taking a public. Okay, there you go.
All cultural difference explains why so many visitors became attached so quickly. They were not only impressed by America's size or convenience, they were moved by how available life felt. Everything seemed open, loud,
And
bright,
big.
generous, and strangely easy to join.
Why did they do that?
The stadiums welcomed flags from everywhere. The diners stayed open late. The sports bars had enough screens to monitor NASA and 3 soccer matches at once. Even the grocery aisles looked like they were built by someone who feared a family might go home without options.
Just make sure you're not wearing Spurs gear, jerks. New York has the worst fans. No offense. Giants fans are okay.
She's only been on American soil for 3 hours.
This is why leaving became emotional. America gave them more than a trip. It gave them a new argument against the version of the country they had been sold. They came expecting a place to criticize, then found a place they wanted to defend. And once that happens, the flight home starts to feel less like the end of a vacation and more like being pulled away from a story they were just beginning to understand. The smile spell.
Huh?
The funny thing about America is that its most addictive feature
Oh, I know
is
this
not
guy.
always the thing people film first. Visitors will point their cameras at the skyscrapers, the stadiums, the endless snack aisles, the trucks that look like they were raised on protein powder, and the soda cups large enough to require a seatbelt. Yet the part that follows them home is often much smaller. It is the way an American stranger talks to them like they have already met.
What's one word to describe the U.S.?
Fun. I love America.
It is fun.
So I unfortunately just had to walk through Times Square, and that place is full of Italian and French tourists dressed like complete caricatures.
Okay.
I'm having one of those God bless America moments, and let me tell you why.
Huh?
I just got back from a month in London.
Oh, yeah.
A month. Today I got back and
Ooh.
I'm at Erewhon and had a whole
In Arizona, huh? Oh, that said Erewhon, but anyway, Arizona's pretty cool, huh, guys?
like 10-minute conversation with this
I'm
girl
from
while we
Arizona.
were waiting for our smoothies in a different country that they could never.
That sounds simple until you compare it with daily life in many European cities. In London, people can stand shoulder to shoulder on the tube and still behave like every
Tube.
passenger has signed a silent treaty of invisibility. In Paris, public life has beauty, style, and sharp wit, but strangers do not usually hand out warmth like free samples at Costco. In Vienna or Copenhagen, the streets can feel clean, calm.
Yeah, I will say that about when I was in Greece, people were not very nice to me. I think part of that is because I was in the military and Bush was president at the time, and the world wasn't very too keen on our little excursion into the desert. But Yeah, I almost got stabbed on 2 different occasions when I was in Greece. And also when we took a ferry from Crete to Athens, and on a big brick wall in Athens it said "Yankee go home." So I don't think that was directed at me necessarily, but it's not nice.
And beautifully organized. Yet that calm sometimes comes with a social distance so polished you could serve dessert on it. Then a European fan lands in America during the World Cup wearing a jersey from Scotland, Germany, England, Croatia, or the Netherlands, and suddenly his shirt becomes a passport into conversation. A man in a gas station wants to know the score. A woman in line recommends the best wings in town. A bartender asks about his accent and then gives him 3 places to visit before he leaves. Nobody has written an official welcome ceremony, but somehow the whole country behaves like a front porch with 50 states attached. This is where the media version of America begins to fall apart. Television can show conflict very well because conflict has sharp edges and travels fast. Kindness moves differently. It does not scream from a headline. It shows up as a ride back to the hotel, a stranger buying the next round, a local saying, "You cannot leave without trying this place," with the seriousness of a football coach protecting a 4th quarter lead. That kind of moment rarely becomes international news, but it becomes the story visitors repeat when they get home. The reason it feels so new is that American friendliness is not only politeness, it is a form of social invitation. It says, you can join this moment even if you arrived 5 minutes ago. That is powerful for travelers who are used to earning access slowly. In many places, belonging is built through history, family, school,
and drugs,
neighborhood, and time.
Sorry.
In America, the first door often opens faster. It may not lead to lifelong friendship, but it gives people a taste of immediate welcome, and that taste is strangely hard to forget. There is also a page.
By the way, if any Europeans who came to America or in possibly watching this video, did you happen to partake in the greatness of our medical or recreational marijuana industry? Because I haven't seen any videos like that yet, and I thought it'd be a good one to have some European just zonked out of his mind. Let me know.
Patriotic charm and how openly Americans love sharing their own corner of the country. A Texan does not merely suggest barbecue. He speaks about brisket like it is state infrastructure.
It is.
Someone from Florida will defend a beach with the loyalty of a Secret Service agent. A Boston local might complain about traffic for 20 minutes and then proudly explain why his city is the greatest place on earth. This mixture of teasing, pride, generosity, and local obsession is deeply American, and visitors can feel it even when they cannot fully explain it. That is why so many Europeans leave surprised by the people more than the places. They expected a country full of arguments, and found a country full of introductions. They expected cold distance, and found strangers who made room for them in the conversation. The smile was not a decoration, it was the doorway. And once they walked through it, America stopped being a scary headline and started feeling like a place that had been waiting to say hello. The choice trap. America does not usually win Europeans over with one grand speech about freedom. Sometimes it wins them over in aisle 7, somewhere between the peanut butter,
ranch,
the cereal, and a bottle of ranch dressing that
can't find that overseas for some reason. Ranch, it's very easy to make. I don't know why people just don't make it themselves.
Looks far too confident for a salad.
You have all
sauce.
the ingredients.
Free samples? Yeah, man. Coming here every day. This place is huge.
America, why
I know this guy.
Have you got so many cereal choices?
'Cause
it's unreal.
That is the strange
freedom.
genius of American everyday life. The country takes ordinary errands and gives them a little theme park energy. A grocery run is not only a grocery run, it is a treasure hunt with air conditioning.
Yeah.
A gas station is not only a place to buy fuel, it can become a small republic of coffee, breakfast tacos, beef jerky, clean restrooms, fountain drinks, and one cashier who calls everybody hun. As for a European visitor raised on compact shops and carefully limited choices, that kind of abundance can feel like walking into a sitcom written by a hungry engineer. In London, a Tesco Express may save your evening, but it rarely makes you question your identity. In Paris, the neighborhood bakery can be elegant enough to make a croissant feel like a national ceremony, but you will not usually find 40 flavors of popcorn next to a freezer full of family-sized lasagna. In Berlin, the Späti has its own charm, especially at midnight, but it does not look at you and say, what if dinner, breakfast, snacks, medicine, fishing bait, and a patriotic t-shirt all lived under one roof? America asks that question with a straight face, and somehow the answer is yes. This is where Europeans begin to understand that American convenience is not only laziness, as some critics like to frame it.
It is kind of laziness.
It is a cultural promise. It says life is busy, families are tired, travelers are lost, workers are hungry, and nobody should have to solve every small problem the hard way. A free refill is not a constitutional amendment, but after 2 hours in the Atlanta heat, it can feel like Thomas Jefferson personally walked over with a soda machine. A diner serving breakfast at midnight may sound excessive until a jet-lagged fan from Manchester realizes pancakes do not care what time zone his body is in. The addictive part is not simply having more stuff. More stuff alone becomes noise. What makes America so charming is that the options often come with permission. You can customize the burger, mix the sauces, refill the cup, take leftovers home, buy snacks in a size that suggests optimism, and nobody acts like you have insulted the chef's ancestors.
I don't want to say that they took too much time to talk about the food, but it is America, so, you know.
In many older food cultures, tradition decides the correct way. In America, the customer is often handed the steering wheel and trusted not to drive the quesadilla into a lake.
Too bad.
That freedom can look funny from the outside, but it also feels generous. It tells visitors that comfort is allowed, appetite is allowed, curiosity
but
is
no
allowed.
dogs for some
You can try
reason.
buffalo wings in Boston, brisket in Dallas, Cuban sandwiches in Miami, Korean tacos in Los Angeles, and gas station donuts somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Then still have someone insist you have not even started properly. This is why the food clips are more than comedy. They reveal a national personality.
Hot
America
dogs.
feeds people like it is trying to win them back from a bad
Ladies.
mood. The portions may be wild, the flavors may be loud, and the sauce situation may require its own diplomatic office. But underneath it all is a country saying, come on, sit down, try this,
Try
there's
it.
plenty. For visitors who were told America was cold, selfish, or empty, that
What a
message
bunch
feels
of
almost
jerks.
shocking. They expected excess and found welcome hiding inside it. They expected consumer culture and discovered a strange form of generosity with shopping carts. By the time they packed their suitcases with ranch, peanut butter, hot sauce,
Oh, yeah,
candy,
peanut butter.
and emotional confusion, they are no longer laughing at American abundance from a distance. They are wondering how soon they can come back for one more aisle, one more refill, and one more bite of the country that somehow made too much feel just right. Big wins hearts.
Oh, all right.
The funniest mistake Europeans make before visiting America
Okay.
is thinking they already understand what big means. They know the United States is large on a map, they know Texas is not a quick afternoon stroll, and they know Americans enjoy building things with the confidence of a dad who just discovered Home Depot. Still, none of that prepares them for the first time they stand beside a pickup truck, walk into a stadium, or realize a short drive can mean crossing a distance that would take you from Brussels to another country before lunch. That scale is not just a visual shock, it changes the mood of the trip. In much of Europe, daily life is beautifully compressed. Amsterdam teaches people to move through narrow streets, canals, bikes, and small apartments with elegant precision. Rome makes history feel close enough to touch, but it also
Yeah.
reminds you that ancient streets were not designed.
Dude, the Vatican, if you haven't been, you gotta go. It's like, I don't know if you know that. The Vatican was like the coolest place I've ever been to. And I'm not even a Catholic, so that's saying a lot.
Designed with rental SUVs in mind. Barcelona has its rhythm, cafes, balconies, and walkable charm,
Ladies.
but the city gives you its magic in dense layers. America gives you magic with elbow room.
And
That
elbow
difference
mac and
matters more than
cheese.
people realize. When European visitors arrive for the World Cup, they are not only seeing larger buildings or wider roads, they are feeling a lifestyle built around space, motion, and possibility. A stadium in the United States does not whisper tradition into your ear. It throws open the gates, lights up the sky, and invites 80,000 people to become one giant living scoreboard. A sports bar does not merely show a match,
Okay.
it creates a command center where
Oh,
wings,
right.
beer, flags, and 10 different games somehow negotiate peace under one roof. There is something deeply American about that kind of scale. It is ambitious without asking permission first. It can be loud, a little ridiculous, and occasionally as subtle as a marching band inside a Walmart, but that is part of the charm. Visitors may laugh at first, then they begin to understand why Americans love it. Big places create big gatherings. Big roads make road trips feel possible. Big portions turn meals into stories. Big skies make a sunset feel like the country is showing off for free, which honestly sounds exactly like something America would do.
Yeah.
The addictive part is not simply that everything is oversized.
That is a lot of ground
Oversized
beef.
alone can become exhausting. What makes it work is that the scale often comes with access. In many European capitals, beauty can feel precious because space is limited, parking is painful, and old cities must protect what time has left behind. In America, a family can pack a cooler, load the kids into the car, drive for hours, stop at a gas station that sells hot food, clean restrooms, sunglasses, and suspiciously emotional beef jerky, then keep going toward a beach, a national park, a stadium, or a cousin's backyard barbecue. That freedom of movement leaves a mark on visitors. They start to feel that the country is not only a place, but a road opening in front of them. The media may have shown them an America full of problems, but the journey shows them an America full of doors. Every exit sign seems to suggest another town, another meal, another conversation, another view worth pulling over for. That is why so many people become strangely sad when they leave. They are not only leaving tourist attractions behind, they are leaving the feeling of room to drive.
To be fair, I got sad when I left Japan, and I'm still kind of sad about it.
Room to gather.
Japan's awesome.
Room to eat. Room to talk. Room to dream a little louder than they normally would. And for people who came from places where life often feels carefully measured, that American
that dude was
spaciousness
jacked.
can feel like a luxury they did not know they needed. Everybody gets invited. There is a reason World Cup visitors kept saying America felt different once they stopped being spectators and started being pulled into the country.
It started
a match
getting
ticket
real.
can get someone inside a stadium, but an American invitation can get them inside the actual
I know
culture.
this guy.
That is the part many Europeans did not expect, because the media had trained them to imagine America as divided into locked rooms, angry tribes, and people too suspicious to trust one another. Then they arrived and discovered a country that loves dragging guests into the fun. A visitor in Munich may enjoy a beautifully organized beer hall, but the experience usually follows a rhythm that already existed long before he arrived. In Madrid, football culture is passionate and intense, yet local life can still feel like something you observe carefully before you're allowed to step closer. In Milan, style has rules, dinner has timing, and nobody is asking a random tourist to join the family table after one conversation near the parking lot. America, on the other hand, has a habit of treating the line between stranger and guest like a screen door in July. It opens fast, makes a little noise, and somehow everybody ends up near the grill. That is what made the World Cup experience so powerful. Europeans came to support their own teams, but Americans kept turning the space around the game into a shared party.
That's really
a
cool,
kilt was
man.
not only a piece of Scottish
I
clothing,
like that.
it became a conversation starter in Boston.
A
German jersey.
Rest in peace, Heart Attack Grill. But yeah, this World Cup has really brought a lot of different people together, and a lot of people came to this country probably thinking like it was going to be garbage, but they actually enjoyed it, so that's nice.
Was not only a
Oh,
team
that's
shirt,
nice.
it became a reason for someone in Houston to ask about the
that's
match,
nice merch.
the road trip, and whether the visitor had eaten enough. A foreign accent did not make people back away. It made them lean in with curiosity, the way Americans approach a mysterious casserole at a church potluck. The deeper point is that American hospitality often comes with action, not just
I gotta tell you, so much hospitality, so great. Wow, what a great hospitality you got there. Wow, it's great.
pleasant manners. It is not only have a nice trip, it is follow me, I know a better place. It is my cousin lives near there. It is you need to try this sauce before you leave. It is come back for Thanksgiving if you are still around. Some of these invitations may sound casual, but visitors can feel the warmth behind them. Even when the plan never happens, the offer itself changes the way a country feels. That is why the experience becomes addictive. America does not simply show itself to visitors, it lets visitors borrow a piece of belonging for a few days. They can cheer beside strangers, sit at a crowded bar,
Damn, crinkle cut.
get folded
Shit.
into a tailgate, be teased about their accent, and laugh with people they may never see again. For many Europeans, that is a rare emotional luxury. Their cities may be older, denser, and more elegant in certain ways, but America has a special talent for making public life feel available. A patriotic American watching these reactions should recognize something precious here. The country's greatness is not only in its landmarks, military strength, economy, or famous inventions. It is also in the everyday confidence to say, come with us. That spirit turns a visitor into a participant. It turns a football tournament into a memory of human warmth. It turns a place they were told to fear into a place they suddenly miss before they have even packed.
Aw.
And once someone has been invited into America instead of merely shown America, leaving becomes much harder. They are no longer flying home from a destination. They are flying home from people who made room for them, and that kind of welcome has a way of following you across the ocean. Maybe the biggest surprise was never America's size, food, or stadiums.
Maybe it's the
It was
stadiums
how
we made
quickly
along the
strangers
way.
became memories.
Oh.
Europeans arrived with warnings, left with stories, and carried home a country warmer than the one they were told to fear. So tell us, what is the America visitors should see next? If this story made you proud, Subscribe and join us.
Well, I don't know about proud, but yeah, it was a good little synopsis of that was a good chunk of just about everything that's going on during the World Cup, and it's a lot of fun to see. You know, I'd like to do some traveling pretty soon, probably in the next 5 years, I'm guessing, before I get too old. Yeah, but I highly recommend go travel, man. You'll meet a lot of really cool people, a lot of different kinds of people. Get drunk probably. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. It does help the channel and makes me feel real good inside. I like it. But yeah, thanks for watching and bye.